Good morning, everyone. I'm Helen Rowe, current chairman of the Textile Institute, and I'm joined on the virtual stage today by Elizabeth Fox, our honorary secretary, Jeff Kershaw, our honorary treasurer, and Katie Grenier, our world president. Welcome, everyone, to the 110th annual general meeting of the Textile Institute. I hereby give notice that the 110th annual general meeting of the Textile Institute is to be held remotely today, Thursday, the 25th of June, 2020. And although you will already have been informed, may I take this opportunity to remind you that today's meeting is being recorded. I'd like to thank all those present for attending, and I invite the Honorary Secretary, Elizabeth Fox, to read the apologies from members.
Good morning. We've received apologies from the following members: Mrs. Patricia Casey, Dr. Sailen Chowdhury, Mr. Svetoslav Makaviv, Miss Caroline Hodgson, Dr. Lawrence Hunter, Professor Nabi Khan, Mrs. Carolyn McLarnon, Professor Richard Murray, Mr. Sheikh Rahman, Mr. Timur Roy, Mr. Christopher Thierry, Professor David Tyler, and Mr. Steve Kay, and also from Ms. Lauren Shuttleworth of our auditors, Slade and Cooper.
Thank you, Liz. The second item on the agenda is to receive and adopt the minutes of the annual general meeting held on the 23rd of May, 2019. As Chairman of Council, I request that members present agree to take as read the minutes of the annual general meeting of the 23rd of May 2019, and I request the Honorary Secretary to read out the resolution.
Thank you. Resolution 1 reads, the members present at the Textile Institute annual general meeting on the 25th of June 2020 approve the minutes of the annual general meeting held on 23rd of May 2019. Now, may I ask for a proposer to that, and please add your name to the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen. And if I may ask for a seconder, and if you two would just add your name to the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would refer you to the poll, which is about to appear on your screen. And it has now appeared. So I would ask, ladies and gentlemen, that if you are in favour of the resolution, that you please vote yes. And if there are any against, please vote no on the poll, which is on your screen, and please vote now. And we're just waiting for people to vote, and then we will see the result that will also come up on your screen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the result on your screen, and that resolution has been carried.
Thank you. The third item on the agenda is to receive and adopt the annual report of Council for 2020. The annual report has been circulated to members worldwide and highlights many key activities, achievements and events from 2019 and some for 2020, as well as providing a review of the Institute's professional services. Again, can I request that the Honorary Secretary reads out the resolution?
Thank you. Resolution 2 reads, the members present at the Textile Institute Annual General Meeting on the 25th of June 2020 approve the Annual Report of Council 2020. And again, may I ask for a proposer, and please add your name to the question and answer section at the bottom of the screen. And may I also ask for a seconder, and again, please add your name to the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. Now the poll will shortly appear on your screen. There it is now. So would you please vote yes if you are in favour of the resolution, and if there are any against, please vote no, and please vote now. And we'll just wait for all those votes to come in and for them to be counted, and we will shortly see the result of that poll. Thank you. That resolution has been carried.
Thank you. The fourth item on the agenda is the 2019 financial statements, including the statements of financial activities, balance sheet, and the statement of recognised gains and losses, together with the related audit report. I'd like to invite the Honorary Treasurer, Jeff Kershaw, to speak to this item.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I must pass on my thanks to the staff of the Textile Institute for our outstanding work throughout the year. Costs have been kept under control and the budget achieved, and this has been managed despite many staff changes and staff shortages through 2019. Financially, the Textile Institute is in a good and stable position, benefiting from the continued development and success of work carried out by the publication department in particular. Individual and corporate membership has been a major concern through the year, but our team has responded well and the situation has improved significantly. The parliamentary law will presently demand results through professional quality areas improved noticeably, with universities, companies and organisations accrediting and re-accrediting their programmes. Income from individual applications remains steady. The Textile Institute Foundation in 2019 through various incentives administered through the TI. The Institute designates income received, including gift aid tax repayments for UK citizens and those received under the Foundation website. Facility from any external £1,000 bank and with careful monthly balance secured against our the NatWest Bank rates the Textile Institute as a low risk for the third successive year. The Council is well aware of the risks related to the protect the text. In summary, there are adequate resources to fund the continued activities of the Textile Institute, to meet both the objects of the Charter and its responsibility the view going concern.
There may have been just a sound problem with part of what Kershaw was saying, so I would just read his summary, which is just a couple of sentences. And his summary at the end of his address was, the trustees consider that there are adequate resources to fund the continued activities of the Textile Institute to meet both the objects of the Charter and its responsibility as a registered UK charity. The trustees are of the view that the Textile Institute is a going concern. So resolution 3 this morning reads, the members present at the Textile Institute Annual General Meeting on the 25th of June 2020 receive and adopt the financial statements prepared by the Institute's financial auditors. Now, may I ask for a proposer to that resolution? And again, please add your name to the question and answer section at the bottom of the screen. And may I ask for a seconder, please? And again, add your name to the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. Now we will shortly see the poll on screen. There it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I ask all those in favour to please vote yes, and any against, please vote no, and please vote now. And we'll just wait for those votes to come in and be counted. And the result of the poll is now on your screen, and thank you. That resolution has been carried.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Liz and Jeff. We move to the 5th item on the agenda. And at this time of great uncertainty, while the world is battling against this new coronavirus known as COVID-19, it's important that we share with our members the ways in which the Textile Institute is responding to the pandemic. The health, safety and well-being of staff at TI headquarters in Manchester is, of course, our priority. Before the lockdown occurred in England, the CEO, Stephanie Dick, and Executive Director, Rebecca Unsworth, took swift and decisive action to move all staff to a position of safe home working. This was to enable everyone involved in the administration of TI business to continue their work in the most efficient way possible, although under exceptional circumstances. 3 months on, and with the easing of lockdown in England and working within government guidelines, Stephanie and Rebecca are planning a gentle, phased return to work at headquarters. This is likely to involve staff working to a rota, being flexible with start and finish times to avoid peak hour travel, and ensuring that the office and surrounding environment satisfy appropriate social distancing requirements. Not until everything is safely in place will the remaining staff be encouraged to return to office-based work. During the period March to June, headquarters staff have kept in close contact with sections, corporate and individual members across the world. Now, to my knowledge, we have not been informed of the loss of any TI member due to COVID-19, which of course is very heartening and very positive news. Nevertheless, our sympathy goes out to all of those members who may have lost friends or loved ones to the virus. Now, you don't need me to tell you that the global textile supply chain has been essential in ensuring textile-based medical supplies and PPE continue to be produced in ever-increasing numbers, and shipments have been dispatched across continents to help countries whose manufacturing base has perhaps been eroded over time. Eventually, though perhaps sadly because of this major crisis, I am optimistic that the importance of textiles will once again be recognised on the world stage, and its role as a key manufacturing sector will help to elevate its position in the global economy. In the section Plans for the Future in your Textile Institute report and financial statement for 2019, which all of you have received, I've highlighted some of the ways the TI is attempting to maintain financial security during the period of the pandemic. I don't intend to repeat any of its content here today because you can read that for yourselves, except to say that as we enter a period of great financial uncertainty globally, the main concern for the trustees of this charity will be to protect income streams for the future in areas that it has some control over. The continued support of its current and future members will be essential in this endeavour. And I wish everyone a swift and safe delivery through this difficult period. I'd now like to introduce the World President, Katie Grenier, and ask her to give her President's address. Katie.
Thanks, Helen. It's a delight to be here today, and although it's virtually, I'd like to thank my chair lady, chairman, members, colleagues and friends for joining me. I'm honoured to be with you today, virtually, for my third unexpected year as World President of the Textile Institute. We certainly are living in unprecedented times. We only need to look at the last few months to understand why focus on building a textile institute with a lasting sustainable future is so important. The outbreak of the coronavirus, natural disasters affecting many worldwide, Britain's exit from the EU, trade tensions between various countries worldwide, protests in major cities around the world, ongoing Extinction Rebellion marches, political, economic and social unrest, and international travel suspended. Many of you have been involved in helping shape the future of the Textile Institute, and as you can see, there has been extensive external factors to take into consideration. COVID-19 may have closed the Manchester head office, but it has brought us closer together with technology, as we are all here today. Whether it's connecting with our global sections, special interest groups, co-workers, or just being the first port of call to advise in requests and queries relevant to the textile industry. And we have received so many during this time. With our global network, we have the ability to provide and disseminate information. We are currently using technology to develop webinars for members, which will launch at the end of this year. So in 2020, we have been very much open. I'm sure it will be no surprise to you to hear that the Textile Institute continues to support competitions, bursaries, students and graduates in the world, when so many young people are struggling with such difficult circumstances, including Manchester and Cheshire sections Textile Life Award, the Textile Institute Young Person Award, the Golden Shears Award, New Designers Online, the Royal Opera House Design Challenge, Sri Lanka Section Awards, the Bradford Textile Society Design Competition. We are also really proud to be partners with ArtsRed, a global graduate site. We will continue to support and partner with key events around the world, ensuring that our members and industry have access to crucial, relevant information. 2020 will also see the launch of our website, which is timely indeed. It will enable us to interact better with members, involve new audience, answer external requests, promote and attract our industry so that we can have interaction with new members and our sections globally. We have found and we are finding innovative ways to keep calm and carry on for future growth. Thank you so much for your time and for joining this webcast.
Thank you very much, Katie. We'll move on to agenda item 7. An invitation to seek nomination to council has been issued in accordance with the bylaws. I'd like to thank those members who have served their current time on council. Nominations to council this year did not exceed the number of places available, and so all shall be duly declared elected at this annual general meeting. And can I ask Liz Fox as Honorary Secretary to declare the results?
Thank you. I should like to declare the results of the nominations to council. The following members are duly appointed to council, and the Institute office holds a signed copy of the nomination papers. And please note that all forms for the nominees have been provided in the appropriate manner. Those appointed following the nomination election procedure are Professor Subhash Anand, Elizabeth Fox, Dr. Kim Gandhi, Dr. Robert Mather, Professor Subiyan Rajendran, Lawrence Rubin, Trevor Rowe, and Anastasia Vuyuka. And those standing down whom we are thanking are Dr. Shengen Chen, Robert Dewhurst, Dr. Vishaka Karnad, Professor Jess Power, Timur Roy, and Ramamurthy Srinivasan, and as a section representative, Jean Perry.
Thank you, Liz. We move on to agenda item 8. The Textile Institute's honorary officers and council members approached Katie Grenier in 2017 to become world president of the Textile Institute in 2018. Obviously, we were absolutely delighted that she kindly agreed to accept. The Council of the Institute is further pleased to announce that Katie has agreed to serve another year as world president. Can I ask the Honorary Secretary to read out the formal resolution?
Resolution 4 reads, the members present at the Textile Institute Annual General Meeting on the 25th of June 2020 agree to appoint Ms. Katie Grenier as World President of the Textile Institute for 1 year. Now, might I ask for a proposer? And again, please add your name to the QA section at the bottom of the screen. And might I ask for a seconder? And again, please do add your name to the Q&A section. Thank you. Now, when the poll appears on your screen, and it should appear any moment now, there it is. Might I ask all those in favour to please vote yes, and any against to please vote no, and please vote now. And the result of the poll is there, and that resolution has been carried.
Can I suggest that we show Katie our appreciation of her decision to extend her position of office as World President in an appropriate virtual manner?
I got really nervous then that you might say no.
100%. Great.
And thank you, Textile Institute, for appointing me as a third term as World President. I'm really looking forward to meeting you both virtually and in the flesh for another year. and hopefully experiencing all your passion and enthusiasm for everything textiles. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie, and good luck. Agenda item 9. The Textile Institute's honorary officers and council members approached Elizabeth Fox in 2019 to become next chairman of the Textile Institute in 2020. And obviously, again, we were delighted that she kindly agreed to accept. This time, it's my job to read out the resolution. So Resolution 5 reads, the members present at the Textile Institute annual general meeting on the 25th of June 2020 agree to appoint Miss Elizabeth Fox as chairman of the Textile Institute. Can I first of all ask for a proposer, and please do this by adding your name to the question and answer section at the bottom of your screen. Thank you. And a seconder. Thank you. Now, you will see a poll appear. And could I ask all of those in favour to please vote yes, and any against to please vote no, now that the poll has appeared. The poll will remain in place for a few moments, but if you could please vote as soon as possible. I'm delighted to say that the resolution has been carried. I declare Miss Elizabeth Fox to be the next chairman of the Textile Institute, and she will take office at the beginning of the next council meeting, which will take place in about 2 hours' time. Liz, I don't know whether you want to say anything.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, members of the Textile Institute, for appointing me as chairman of the Textile Institute. I would like to firstly thank our outgoing chairman, Helen Rowe, who has had to complete 2 stints as chairman, and has really given outstanding service to the Textile Institute over a considerable period of time. Of course, that poses an enormous challenge to me, to try in any way to match what Helen has done for the Institute. But I shall do my very best over the next 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. We move on to agenda item 10, which is to vote on the circulated resolution relating to the proposed individual membership subscription fees. And I'm going to ask our honorary treasurer to lead on this item.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me okay. I know we had a problem earlier, but let's see how we go. All members were sent a document for the resolution relating to the proposed individual membership subscription fees of the council. Before we move on to reading of the resolution and announcement of the vote, may I ask if there are any questions? If there are, please put them in the either as soon as possible after the meeting. The votes received for members which have been scrutinised are as follows. Yes, in favour of a slight increase in fees, 62. No, not in favour, 1. May I ask only those members who have not previously submitted a vote to say whether they are in favour? I will ask now that the Honorary Secretary Elizabeth Fox to read.
Everybody should have heard the important parts of what Jeff has just said, and particularly his last sentence where he was saying, may I ask only those members who have not previously submitted a vote to say whether they are in favour of the resolution. And the resolution 6, reads, the members present at the Textile Institute Annual General Meeting on the 25th of June 2020, who have not previously voted, approve the resolution for the proposed change to the individual membership subscription fees. Now, might I ask for a proposer to that resolution, and please add your name to the QA section at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. And might I ask for a seconder to the resolution as well, please? Again, by adding your name to the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. Now the poll will shortly appear on your screen. And again, provided you have not voted previously, if you're in favour, please vote yes. And any against, please vote no. And please vote now. And the result of the poll has come up. And as you know, the votes submitted before the AGM were 62 in favour and 1 against. And today the additional votes are another 100% of those who've voted. So that resolution has been carried.
Thank you, Liz. Just before I move on to agenda item 11, I just want to advise everyone joining us today that in leading on agenda item 10, Jeff Kershaw has just undertaken his last AGM duty as Honorary Treasurer. On behalf of all members of the Textile Institute, can I thank Jeff for his years of service, and I mean years of service, in that Treasurer's role, and for keeping such a close eye on Textile Institute funds. I know you've enjoyed a lovely relationship with the staff at headquarters and with the honorary officers, and you've done a wonderful job yourself. So thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been a privilege and a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, we'll now move on to the final resolution on the agenda today, which is to appoint the auditors of the Textile Institute for the following year, 2020-2021. And our auditors are Slade and Cooper. Can I ask the Honorary Secretary to read out this resolution?
Resolution 7 reads, the members present at the Textile Institute Annual General Meeting on the 25th of June 2020 appoint Slade and Cooper Limited as auditors for 2020-2021. And might I ask for a proposer, please, to that resolution? Again, please add your name to the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen. Thank you. And might I ask for a seconder, again by adding your name to the Q&A section at the bottom of the screen. Thank you very much. Now the poll will shortly appear on your screen, and there it is. So all those in favour, would you please vote yes, and any against, please vote no, and please vote now. And we should shortly see the result, and there it is. And I declare that that resolution has been carried.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Liz. And in a similar way, I must advise members that in leading the vote on the appointment of auditors, Liz Fox has just completed her last AGM duty as Honorary Secretary. Liz has been Honorary Secretary even longer than Jeff has been Honorary Treasurer. And so I just want to say, on behalf of all members of the Textile Institute, thank you for overseeing the official business of the Institute correctly and diligently. And we wish you every success as new chairman. Thank you, Liz. So we'll move on to agenda item 12. The proposed date of the Textile Institute annual general meeting for 2021 will be announced in due course. Agenda item 13, there is no further business, but I would just like to thank the Textile Institute staff behind the scenes today, Stephanie Dick and particularly Robin Ingham, for successfully hosting our first virtual annual general meeting. And I'm sure it's not going to be the last. I wonder if we can give them a little round of applause too. Thank you so much. You've done a wonderful job. Can I say that if anyone raised any questions during the meeting, can you please be advised that we will answer those outside of the meeting. I'd like to thank everyone for their attendance and your attention and for participating in the polls so properly and correctly. And I hereby declare the 110th annual general meeting of the Textile Institute closed.